I'd hoped, granted, but in my 15 years of healthcare IT, I don't think I've ever seen a system that's been able to be as stable as what we've got now with Corepoint.
So we've talked a lot about infrastructure and Windows and Unix and related opportunities for downtime and performance and the overall implications of testing. Lots of topics we've talked about. Give us a sense of the size and scope and scale of the engines you guys are running, that kind of thing, with your 11 team members.
So we run 2 separate engines. We have bedside monitoring devices on an engine all by itself. There's around 125 interfaces on that engine. Very high volume, very low complexity. So we separated those off because those will tend to be, any site that we get typically will have devices. And so we want to keep those all in one place. Running on the Windows platform, the great thing about what we have is we have it virtualized so that if we ever have a need to add processing power or add memory, we can do it without a whole lot of effort. It literally is throw more resources at it and it'll work. And the same is true with SQL. The more memory you give SQL, the faster it's going to get, the more it's going to do. So yeah, I mean, it makes perfect sense to have on that Windows platform where it's easy to grow and not have to worry about the consequences. Our previous product, we had downtimes once, twice a month, easy, with very little support from the vendor. And it was an interesting conversation to have when we were looking at Corepoint, mainly because previous platforms ran on Unix base, right? Because everybody's like, you can't use Windows. Windows isn't stable enough to handle an engine. It'll go down and on and on and on. And Corepoint runs on Windows. Previous platform didn't. We had a whole lot more downtime with the previous platform. We had a solid 15 months of uptime straight with Corepoint. And that includes taking maintenance on the Windows servers without a downtime. An experience that I never dreamed would actually come true. I had hoped, granted, but in my 15 years of healthcare IT, I don't think I've ever seen a system that's been able to be as stable as what we've got now with Corepoint.